Rapido stumbled upon Robert Smith wandering through the English countryside. Did he think the Cure were a natural part of the nation's musical scenery?
I think really that the English media does have a problem with a group like us because we don't fit in and we don't go away. I mean, they just find us really irritating. I can understand why, because we've sort of disregarded everything and so we're still able to do what we want. Through our financial freedom, I suppose, the fact that we've always used our own money and reinvested it in the group, we can take decisions on purely on an artistic basis. It sounds like very contrived, but we can never be told to do anything. So when we make a record, it comes from somewhere else other than from the fact that we have to keep like a profile, our public visibility. The title was picked for the effect it would have on everyone. Like when we were making the record, if we've got a strong title, it makes everyone focus, on the end, what the end result's going to be.
Like a very long ongoing relationship, because I've actually been working with Robert for about 8 years, which I think must be a record actually. It must be the longest monogamous relationship, and that's true, between a video director or a filmmaker and a group, because I think videos only really began in about 79. Right, and then I started working with Robert in 81, which is about 8 years ago, which is ridiculous, really. So anyway, that's interesting. But so in other words, very much the way we talk in answering your question is like he goes blah, 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 I go blah, blah, and that's it. So that tends to be our sort of conversation.
Basically, he tries to put us through as much hardship and pain as possible in his video. He tries to introduce an element of risk or danger into it. Like this time, there's a bird-eating spider that's going to be crawling all over Robert. You know.
You closet actor?
I'm like, no, I really, really hate it. It's the worst part of being in the group, doing the videos. I squirm.
This one's going to be literally right inside Robert's mouth. I like that, you know.
How are you doing that?
Well, I've got this thing called an endoscope, so I'm literally going to track the camera into Robert's mouth, so it should be fun. He doesn't know where it's been either.
Candy-striped legs, the Spider-Man comes softly through the shadow of the evening in the sun, stealing past the windows of the blissfully dead, looking for the vintage shivering bed, searching out fear in the gathering gloom, and suddenly over in the corner of the room.
I genuinely feel that each time we go in the studio, it'll be the last record we make. I mean, if I didn't think that, it would never turn out right. Usually, if we're in the middle of doing something, I wish that this time next year I wasn't doing anything. If I'm not doing anything, I wish this time next year we were doing something. So a lot of it just depends on what time I got up that day.
And this time in my eyes, still calm, quiet now, my precious boy. Don't struggle like that. I will only love you more, but it's much too late to get away. Turn on the light. The Spider-Man is having you for dinner tonight, and I feel like I'm being eaten by 1,000 million children furry holes. In the morning, I will wake up in the shivering cold, and the Spider-Man is always hungry.
Billboard chart this week with their Disintegration LP, pulled into New York City Harbor aboard the QE2 on Sunday to launch a U.S. tour that may or may not be their last, depending on how seriously you take such pronouncements. In any event, our man John Norris was waiting dockside when they arrived, and he tagged along to the opening show that night at New Jersey's Giants Stadium. Here's his report.
Hi, I'm John Norris at Pier 90 in New York on a Sunday morning. Well, I guess if you're going to take a boat, you take a boat. And that behind me is a real boat. The Queen Elizabeth II, which just pulled into port. On board it, The Cure. You know, The Cure are not big fans of flying, not big fans of touring either. So to embark on what they say is going to be their last U.S. tour ever, they went on a 5-day transatlantic crossing on the world's most famous luxury liner. The Cure have toured the States before, but never with this big a splash. Coming off their biggest European tour ever, they've now got some 25 North American cities ahead of them, including for the first time 4 outdoor stadium shows. Big blowouts where they share the bill with kindred modern rockers, Lovin' Rockets, and the Pixies.
They didn't have that much faith in us playing the stadium, so they decided to get another act on the bill. But we had sort of veto over who it was. So there were some pretty dreadful names suggested at first, but Lovin' Rockets should be all right.
As he disembarked from the QE2 with his wife Mary, there was a lot on Robert Smith's always complex mind, such as his latest single, Love Song, which he wrote as a wedding present for Mary.
It's probably the most difficult song that I've had to sing because it doesn't have any kind of twist to it. It's very straightforward. Very honest. I find it very difficult to sing, honestly, a lot of the time.
Also, the prospect of playing huge stadiums, something that still surprises The Cure, and about which Smith has decidedly mixed feelings.
I think it's just taken it to such an absurd degree that it becomes funny, really. So. Right. I really don't know what it will be like tonight.
All right, well, it is now 12 hours later, and what Robert Smith thought was going to be absurd, here's how absurd it is. Almost 50,000 people packing in New Jersey's Giant Stadium to see The Cure.
Show me how you do it. I promise you. I promise that I'll run away with you.
Awesome. Awesome enough, in fact, that Cure fans should get their tickets while they can. Because even though Robert Smith says there probably will be another Cure album, if you want to see one of the most original bands of the 80s live, this is most likely your last chance.
Well, maybe. The Cure will be playing another triple header with the Pixies and Lovin' Rockets at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles on September 8th.
Disintegration. Is there a theme to this record?
The project was triggered by me writing the words to the song Disintegration about last April, around the time of my 29th birthday last year. And it was just about the sense of falling apart that I can't ever seem to shake off. I think it's true for everyone, really. That sort of triggered off a whole sort of sudden blurge of words over about a 2-month period, and I just wanted the group, if we were going to do something else after the Kiss Me album, I knew that I wanted us to do something that had a bit of intensity to it, so that I could spend some time getting back into things that we used to do a few years ago, with a bit more bite to them rather than just sort of pop stuff. Just the notion of turning 30. It's kind of a paradox, I think, but you're forced into accepting age the older you get. But I still try and sort of fight against it. I mean, against the sort of the mental decline and the physical decline that comes with age. That sort of your loss of a sense of wonder at things. And that, I mean, having nephews and nieces, it's brought home ever more frequently that how old I'm getting. Just like inside my head. I've not been fascinated by things I used to think were really fascinating, and it's just a bit worrying, it's a bit sad. So I try and fight against it by doing something, like writing songs. I don't know why, but you sort of hit certain ages and you sort of reevaluate like what you're doing, what you're going to do. So I think it's the same for everyone. It just comes out in different ways. Some people get divorced, some people get married, some people write songs. I mean, there's a million different ways of sort of coping with it. And I don't know, it's sort of been driven home to me gradually, how old I'm getting.
Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am home again. Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am whole again.
Love Song sounds like perhaps the most traditional thing that you've ever written. Are you proud of it for that reason?
Yeah, it was because me and Mary got married last year and I couldn't think what to give her for a wedding present, so I wrote her that song. It's cheap and cheerful. I honestly don't remember writing a lot of the words over the years. There's about 75% of them come when I'm in some kind of altered state, either through self-induced or I'm half asleep, or and they're usually just there. I sort of find bits of paper in my pocket or on a bus or at home under my pillow and things. It's very rare that I actually sit down and think, right, I'll write a song, I'll get this out. Very rarely is a song ever written in one go either. I usually piece 2 or 3 bits of writing together so that it doesn't mean just one thing, which is where a lot of the obscurities come from over the years. I mean, looking back, I find it difficult to decipher some of the things that I've written.
How is it for you when here are all these Robert Smith lookalikes down there, right in the front of the stage looking back at you?
I've got such short sight, I very rarely see any of them. I just don't feel that comfortable about being stared at so much anymore. It's just, it gets to me. I mean, we've only reached like a very moderate level of success compared to, other people who are wildly successful. But I think that a lot of them want to be successful, and I never really imagined that we'd get to this point. And we've sort of stepped past an imaginary line beyond which I don't really feel comfortable. Like playing Giant Stadium last week in New York was awful. It's a really, really awful experience, and just being stared at so much. It's always been unnatural. I mean, doing this is very unnatural, but I've been able to cope with it a lot better, and I just find it's impinging on my personal life too much. The addictive nature of like that kind of the sense of being stared at and the adulation it is. I mean, it does feed your vanity to an enormous degree, and sometimes it's really good fun, and it'd be stupid and dishonest to deny it. But it can reach a point when, if you lose sight of the actual reason why you're on stage and why you're performing to people, the whole thing just becomes very hollow. And I think that's what happens to too many people. I wouldn't really like it to happen to us after all the things that we've done. it would take away from things, I think.
What do you do to keep your curiosity alive?
I spend a lot of time with my nephews and nieces, and it's really healthy. I wouldn't like the idea of being a father, I don't think, because the responsibility side of it creeps in, but it's good being an uncle, so I can be very offhand with them, and I never have to tell them off. I teach them how to do all the bad things, you know, and their mums and dads tell them that.
this is the last tour.
It is, definitely.
Does that mean it's the last we'll hear of the Cure?
No. It's just trying to explain, you know the difference between touring and playing concerts, and it's just the idea of doing something and then going out on tour to promote it, which is, however different you try and make a tour, that's all you end up doing.
Right.
Just, night after night. So I figured going towards the other extreme, just like playing things, events, when we want to, with completely disregarding whether we've got a new record or anything like that. It's a bit late in the day to keep doing these tours.
I know.
But it's been good. We've been.
The years are coming on, you said.
They certainly are, yeah. But we've been to like Hungary and Yugoslavia this time, Portugal, Greece. It's been, you know, pretty exotic, really.
This just talking about the album quickly. This album's kind of gone back into that area of faith, maybe a little bit more kind of lonesome, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like when you do anything, you have to live with it. It's like I felt, you know, a bit morose, I suppose, at a certain time early last summer. I expect because of 30 creeping towards me. And
you've got nothing else to be upset about, have you?
No, that's what I mean. And it was only for like a short period, but I liked the idea of the Cure getting back involved in something a bit more intense. But unfortunately, I forgot that like a year later, I'd have to be explaining away why.
Yes, to people like me.
Yeah.
And I hear you're a bit of a football player. This football here, you're a bit.
Yeah, we Team Cure got going again. Shelley and Orphan, the support band, they've got a couple of good players.
And where are you situated in that?
I was my usual role of midfield general.
Music, Robert. This is the Cure music.
This is only one of the Cure music.
Right. Walt Disney.
Yeah.
Pickwick.
An old
Very
standby.
Nice. Is that something that point in the day do you listen to that?
Most of this stuff's like after the concert when we're back on the bus. You know.
All right. Let's have a look at this.
It's mostly party stuff. Yes.
Right. So it really starts moving on this bus. It's a shaking bus. If you see this bus rocking down on the motorway, it's probably because they're listening to A Merry Mancini Christmas. Is that not right, Robert? What's your favourite tape of this whole?
This one. Swing bands, big bands.
Swing bands.
And it's a BBC cassette as well.
I mean, that's basically what you are, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what I'd like us to be eventually.
Yeah.
I think we should move into swing. I'm serious. I really think we do. I think we've taken the doom and gloom as far as it can go.
Yeah, but no, you were almost there anyway.
Yeah, hinting at it in the Love Cats and some of that stuff.
You can't get away from what you really are, though, Robert, are you? You're a big doomhead.
I'm not. Pop star.
However far away, I will always love you. However long I stay, I will always love you. Whatever words I say, I will always love you. I will always love you. pictures of you. Never hold on to your heart. Looking so long for the voice to be true. You're always just breaking apart. My pictures of you.
Kiss Me, la vostra cura è tornata. L'intenzionale scioglimento del gruppo e l'album solista di Robert Smith aprono la strada ad un nuovo LP in vendita dal 2 maggio nelle migliori farmacie e dal titolo diciamo un po' aggressivo, Disintegration. Perché tutto questo odio, Robert?
It's about really how we feel, sort of personal disintegration. It's not really the group or anything around us, it's just a kind of interior disintegration. But the title was picked for the effect it would have on everyone. Like when we were making the record, if we've got a strong title, it makes everyone focus, you know, on the end, what the end result's going to be. If we didn't have a title at all when we were working, no one would have a very good idea of what we were supposed to be doing. I don't think there's too many of us now.
Never thought tonight could ever be as close to me.
The atmosphere in the studio belies what's actually on the record. It's almost like we couldn't possibly be as upset as we are on the record all the time. It's almost like when we finish recording, there's like a release and we go the other way and we get really stupid and we just play practical jokes and it's tedious. And the Kiss Me album was supposed to be like a showcase almost of things that we can do, and it was like a record you would really listen to you could listen to with other people, and this record is really something that you listen to on your own, I think. It does have echoes of things that we've done before. I mean, it dates back, everything we do, I think, nods vaguely towards our history, but most of what we do is really simple. I didn't get married to make a statement, so both me and Mary wanted all our families to be together and everyone to be together that we might not see again. That was the main reason for getting married, was to actually have a day, a really emotional day that we would remember. I mean, the actual state of marriage, and I personally don't say too much about it. It doesn't really make any difference. It hasn't made any difference to either of us, I don't think. I always feel like that after we've done any kind of project. I get very disillusioned very quickly with never sort of feeling that we've achieved anything. It's like I'm always discontent. So I always think that we're not really getting anywhere. We're not doing anything.
È terribile. Tutti i fans vegetano in un comatoso stato di depressione. Il tastierista Mr. Tulhurst, una colonna portante del gruppo e da anni complice di Robert, è stato molto semplicemente buttato fuori. Non per piccanasare, ma diteci, cosa è successo?
I think the rest of the group was surprised that I actually went ahead and told him that he wasn't in the group, as he'd become such a fixture, but it just changed too much. He really changed. It's the only one of us, I think, that had been changed by the group in an adverse way. I mean, obviously we've all changed, but sort of mentally and physically, he's really suffering on it. It's in his own interest not to be in the group at the moment, as much as it is ours. It sounds very easy to say that. It's like we could do better, but we don't want to. But it is actually, it's true in our case. I mean, there's so many things that we don't do that we should do to kind of establish ourselves even more and to capitalise on what we do. But really the idea of that kind of overwhelming fame in a way, I mean, not that it's so likely we would get it, but it has too many disadvantages, and we've been doing it too long to be taken in by the sort of the veneer of fame and what it brings. Because all it brings is trouble, really.
time it was a definite no. And then gradually, Bill weaves this magic around until finally he's standing here at Dodger Stadium on a half moon, grinning almost as wide as Bill.